December 19th, which was a Saturday, I got a call saying that the town's force main had broken. We weren't sure what that break involved, we just knew we had a problem. Our force main connects our pump station down on Water Street to our treatment plant 4.5 miles away. It's a 30-inch ductile iron. Plymouth is the largest town area-wise in the Commonwealth of Mass, 106 square miles. We have 3,300 customers on the sewer system. We have a 3 million gallon a day treatment plant. We spent several hours as far as trying to diagnose the problem, realizing it was just too much for us. We spoke to several contractors that night. I had not known Joe prior to this, but Joe was one of the contractors we called, and Joe said he would be up the next morning.
Once we received that phone call, we mobilized our forces to meet with the town of Plymouth.
Instantly realized the gravity of the situation, given the historical significance of Plymouth, and had our manpower, materials, and equipment mobilized as soon as we walked out of that room.
We were at our facility in Bristol at 4 o'clock the next morning, mobilizing crews and equipment that day and fusing pipe by later that afternoon on the 20th.
We're one of the premier emergency response teams in the New England area, and we're set up for these types of emergencies.
Typically, most municipalities can only really respond to small water breaks or small sewer breaks. So having Brito available really helped municipalities because we don't have the technical ability to even respond to these types of catastrophic events. They have a very great reputation in the field of supporting municipalities in these types of situations.
Our particular issue is caused by internal corrosion, hydrogen sulfide, and that hydrogen sulfide has been building up over time and basically it ate the interior wall of the pipe, and we had a break because of that.
We started out by bringing in Tom Malone from Godwin Pump. We've worked closely with Godwin in the past on some very successful projects. We brought in Tom Cimbro, who's a professional engineer with Wright Pierce. Then the in-house folks with Brito. We have our fusing crews that we brought in from our natural gas distribution division. We brought in our deep cut sewer guys, so that way we could excavate and inspect the existing pipe. We were able to move with the speed and efficiency that we were due to being able to use all those separate divisions that we have at our disposal. When we just put all those efforts together, we really made this thing click.
We began preparation for an immediate bypass.
The pipe that's over on the side, the 6-inch, was the first step in relieving the problem. The next step is getting the 2 18s in for the bypass. After the bypass is in place, then the final repair can be made on the main.
It's been during the winter. This has been tough work, on-road, off-road, tough environment.
It went through wooded areas, it went through residential areas, it went through swamps, it went through every type of topography you can think of.
We've been fortunate that we had a company like CB in here to put the bypass in very quickly and efficiently.
We thought we had the situation buttoned up. We received the call that there was another break. We got our guys back together. We hit the road for a second phase.
So Brito, they were able to mobilize their staff to then wrap a second bypass around the second rupture.
Once that primary break had taken place, we were expecting that something else might come down the line, so we kept everyone at the ready. When that second break did occur, we were able to respond even more rapidly than the first time.
We've had a third rupture, and we've then put a bypass in that area as well.
We had 2 12-hour crews working 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. We were doing close to 2,500 to 3,000 feet a day as far as building this bypass, in instances of a mile every now and then. It took us approximately 2.5 to 3 weeks to get the flow back where they needed it.
You could tell that the town was in trouble and they needed our help, and we just kept plugging away at it and getting it done.
And every step of the way, Joe has been there with us, working cooperatively with the town. His construction company is superior, I think, in terms of the work they do, their production, their work ethic, their craftsmanship. What Joe did in terms of establishing that bypass was a great thing for the town in terms of reducing our risk, in terms of sewage spilling into the environment, people's homes. As of today, they have the entire bypass complete, 5 miles.
We have a wonderful group of men, hard-working, dedicated men. Give them the right idea, and we can get the job done.
Everyone comes driven to maintain the reputation that we've worked so hard to establish for ourselves and to further that.
We have the equipment, we have the technology, we have the manpower, and we have the resources that we can bring to that table at a moment's notice.
Working with the residents, the community as a whole, Joe and his team have been remarkable.